Let's break down how camera moves such as steady cams, pans, tilts, dollies, and cranes add meaning and feeling to Addams Family Values.
It's an Addams.
Morticia's rushed to the hospital to have a baby. There's energy, the music, camera and characters are moving. Blunt Dolly for a blunt bit of dialogue.
They had sex.
Dolls usually take a second to get up to speed, so they fast forward the clip, making the whole thing fast. But then there's a tail. She says nothing and expresses nothing, essentially saying enough is said. But then the music and energy starts again. By giving a dull, energetic moment for a contrast, he's coincidentally made the baby urgency heightened. Quick pan equals tense energy plus doctor's worried expression. Contrasted with her flat, motionless calm shot. Music is different than energetic, hers romantically calm. With them, either camera or characters are always moving. It's not that the Addams family is weird, so this is how she's reacting, because Thing and Gomez are either moving or i.e. are nervous or are impressed. Morticia is just extraordinary.
Cara mia.
We've talked about using a sped up Dolly for bluntness, and it works the same way here.
It's an Addams.
But what does being blunt about this say about this family? They may be dark and weird and endearingly funny, but they are also fiercely loyal to each other. The baby is a member of this family, which immediately creates conflict with Wednesday and Pugsley. I think the sped up Dolly-in, like the Dolly Zoom, could be another way to add extra emphasis to a Dolly-in. Both are motions unlike anything seen in real life, but be sure to get the normal slow Dolly start and stop in the section that is sped up. Debbie arrives on the scene. Her purpose in the plot isn't to nurture the children, although that's how she's introduced, but to be the love interest to Fester and antagonist. And this shot shows this transformation of her role just as she arrives in the home. She's there for the kids, but aesthetically, the camera twists up to establish Fester's interest. When it stops, Fester releases his inner thought. There's a hint of I'm watching you here, but it could also just be a regular side tracking shot. Reversal of what she is seeing, and it stops as if that's the answer to her question. Fester.
Hi there, mister.
Director Sonnenfeld has established Fester likes Debbie, and he will continue to have Fester and Gomez talk about Debbie.
Mr. Linsky.
She's a gem, don't you think?
She's perfect.
Oh, Fester, I'm such a lucky.
But after, instead of focusing on her more deeply, they go general.
And of paying someone else to raise them.
First, when I have to get married.
Oh,
Talking about a special someone.
there's plenty of time.
This is Fester's character arc, going from someone unconfident around women to Fester's version of well-spoken and confident.
Dementia. What a beautiful name.
Going back to the slow jib in emphasizes Fester's longing for companionship, but that creates a problem for the director. What to spend that energy on? Where does that thread go? When the camera stops or when we cut, it could be Fester acting on it.
Till now, I thought it was impossible. But Fester Addams, I love you.
But he's not the proactive one or relational one in the relationship. So when the cameras stop, it's a joke that's at the end instead.
Oh, and what's this? Mom. It was our mother's. She was buried with it.
It's a pattern. After the dolly in, the camera doesn't cut, giving beat for the music to take effect. This shot is dynamic. Music has beat and Morticia and Gomez pause, cueing the camera to go back in, and then a wraparound to the kisses. Camera and external energy stops, but Gomez's passion is excessive. He still continues. Like before, Sonnenfeld sets up two focuses and creates contrasting energies to make a point. This time to say Fester has no game. This move plays off a cliche crane move. The newlyweds walk up to the car, which is just now pulling up, except this time it keeps going. She's wearing a V-neck, so there's more white, so she stands out in all the black dresses. Dolly in to say this is important, like A Quiet Place and Jurassic Park. But this time, it's not important to the story, but an important custom.
It looks familiar. Of course, the gates of hell.
Crane up and sped up, while look up at her from below gives her abnormal power, set up by Grandma's bit of dialogue.
Gates of hell.
The sped up doesn't include the normal slow and start-stop, showing that it adds emphasis and weirdness without those parts quickened. Going back to the idea of using this shot as an alternative to the zoom dolly, the drawback and limitation is you can't have the characters talking while the camera is in motion, only after the fast forwarding. This is a PSA from Camp Chippewa. To impress upon filmmakers, you have options. You can both move the camera or move the characters. Both work to show that in-your-faceness of their chipper attitude. In this shot, I see some exciting possibilities to be used elsewhere. Quick pan to Fester. Off camera and behind, she goes to the other side. We quick pan back to her, and now we go back without cutting. It sort of reminds me of the Edgar Wright quick pan cuts. Cut back to Debbie. Handheld shot announcing is crazy. Starting static, the energy in this shot is very different than the shots from before. The slow, sad way Morticia is reading it. The slow push-in still increases the tension because Morticia is oblivious to the coming danger of Debbie. Although tension is about the Debbie, the climax in Dolly stops on the subdued disappointment. They don't have to be on the same thing. Now quick Dolly in.
Come on, it's Gomez.
What this does is it sandwiches the tension and paces the escalation so it's not all happening at once, which would spend a climax level energy too early. Do you think A Quiet Place stole their last shot from Addams Family? Not sure, but that's exactly what you can do with this channel and your own films. Both stop right here before the gun cocks, and both use the cocking as the climax of the move. Thanks for watching, subscribe and smash notifications and like. Hope it helps you appreciate film and inspires you in your own.